11 years ago, one of the best video game remakes of all time released on the puny handheld console that is called the 3DS. The remake of the Gen 3 Pokemon games Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire had so much potential and hype to live up to, and somehow it did, giving justice to one of the most iconic plots of the Pokemon movies to the end, adding more to an already great generation, thus reimagining the entire generation. Gen 3 Pokemon games had some moments that still makes the fandom talk about it. It was a generation that brought on some of the most beloved aspects of the games, like would become a stable Pokemon storytelling with its villains. But why is it one of the best remakes of all time? What makes it so special when there are already other Pokemon remakes? And they are also insanely good too. Well, especially now with how gaming scene is so full of amazing remakes and others that are not so much, the Pokemon Gen 3 remakes stand as a game or games that are still enjoyable despite their graphics, which is funny considering that the most remakes focus on keeping up with the latest graphical levels without touching the game itself. When Gen 3 remakes, they did bring pixel art games of the Game Boy Advance to a whole level with the 3D graphics and animations, even though it is on the 3DS levels, but it still unlocked and achieved more with bringing in more potential and achieving them with it. But at the end of the day, as good as these games are, they are far from perfect. They did really good with rebuilding Hoenn and touching on the feeling of exploring this region. And by adding the Delta episode, they reimagined the events with Rayquaza and Deoxys finally bringing their interactions from movies to the game. But in doing so, they didn't bring the most iconic part of Gen 3, the part that exists in the Emerald version where you have to awaken Rayquaza to stop two legendaries from the two versions of the games from destroying the world. That and deciding to not add the battle frontier where you get to battle to your heart content with your Pokemon or challenge, that put a sour taste on the original complete version fans. Personally, I don't mind the battle frontier at all. I completely ignored it when I played the originals, but I would have loved to see the clash between the two legendaries brought to life with the 3D animations and the iconic Jesus moments with Rayquaza stopping them with his presence. But I also loved Delta episode, and I feel like it's supposed to be a reimagining of that. Instead, it happened because with the Delta episode, you get to see more of Hoenn's past and its lore, and you get more of Rayquaza than just backing him up. If anything, I think that May was way better in Emerald, definitely stronger, but difficulty wasn't the issue since these games have good difficulty progression. They start easy and they get harder and harder as you progress. Though the games, I just wish they could have kept her crying after losing one time to make her more than just the cheerful, happy-go-lucky girl trope in anime. At the end of the day, even when deciding to reimagine a story instead of redoing the old ones with better graphics, the games are still insanely good. You get to re-experience the old Gen 3 games. With emulation, you get to play it at a higher definition than the 3DS. But even then, the fact that Pokemon games are so stylized, it makes them timeless games. When they got remade with better graphics, but remaking it with the pixel art game to a 3D one, with new animations and cutscenes for the first time in the franchise, is an insane achievement compared to just slapping up-to-date graphics on an already existing game and calling it a remake when it's really just a remaster. I think these games would really do well with a remaster, but Pokemon, or I guess Nintendo in general, they rarely touch their old games. Well, I guess it's more of a Pokemon thing, not really Nintendo. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Goodbye.